Marcus is sweating. It's 11:47 p.m., 3 minutes before midnight, before the first of the month. His hands are trembling as he refreshes his banking app for the 14th time in 6 minutes. His wife is asleep in the next room. His daughter's school fees are due tomorrow. The electricity bill is flashing red. The car payment is late. He refreshes again. Nothing. His heart is pounding now, that familiar tightness in his chest. The same sensation an addict gets when they're counting down the minutes until their dealer arrives. But Marcus isn't waiting for heroin. He's waiting for 2 words: salary deposited. Welcome to the most socially acceptable addiction on planet Earth. The one we celebrate, the one we call being responsible. You see, Marcus isn't an anomaly. Marcus is a mirror. And if you're watching this right now, feeling that slight discomfort in your stomach, congratulations, you've just experienced your first symptom: withdrawal.
Let me tell you what's happening inside Marcus's brain. This isn't metaphor, this is biology. Every month, Marcus experiences the exact same cycle. Week 1 after payday, the hit. Dopamine surge. He feels relief. He pays the bills. He buys groceries. He feels safe. Week 2, equilibrium. The levels stabilize. He's coasting. A good employee. A responsible father. Week 3, the decline. Subtle anxiety creeps in. He checks his balance more frequently. He starts calculating at 2 a.m. Week 4, withdrawal. Cortisol spikes. Stress hormones flood his body. He's irritable. His brain is screaming for the next hit. This is Pavlovian conditioning. Work, get paid. Work, get paid. The monthly salary isn't compensation for your labor. It's a Pavlovian trigger that has turned you into a salivating animal. But here's where it gets truly diabolical. The salary comes with a unique feature that makes it the perfect trap. It scales with you. Morgan Housel, in The Psychology of Money, calls it the hedonic treadmill. You got promoted, 20% raise. You were euphoric for a month. You bought a nicer car, you upgraded your apartment, and then, 6 months later, you're back where you started. Same anxiety. This is the treadmill. You're running faster and faster, but you're not moving forward a single inch. Lifestyle inflation rises exactly at the rate of income inflation. You make $60,000, you spend $60,000. You make $600,000, you spend $600,000. The cage remains identical. The drug didn't set him free, it just required a bigger dose to achieve the same high.
Marcus is staring at a blank Google document. The cursor blinks, mocking him, waiting. At the top of the page, he's typed 6 words: letter of resignation, Marcus Chen, accounting. He's been sitting here for 43 minutes. His finger hovers over the keyboard. He knows what he wants to write. He knows what he should write, but his hands won't move. Because the moment he types the first sentence, the moment he makes this real, he stops being something. He stops being an accounting manager. He stops being a senior financial analyst. He stops being a person with a title that fits neatly into society's drop-down menu of acceptable identities. And here's what nobody tells you about quitting the salary drug. The physical withdrawal is nothing compared to the identity withdrawal. Think about the last time someone asked you, "So, what do you do?" Not, "Who are you?" Not, "What do you love?" Not, "What are you building?" What do you do? And you answered with your job title, didn't you? You said, "I'm a teacher. I'm an engineer. I'm a nurse. I'm a marketing manager." Notice the language, not "I work as," not "I'm currently employed as," "I am." The job has become your identity, your sense of self, your answer to the existential question that has haunted humans since we gained consciousness. Who am I? And capitalism gave you an answer. You are your occupation.
You are your salary bracket. You are your position in the corporate hierarchy. Marcus isn't a man who happens to work in accounting. Marcus is an accountant. That's who he is at dinner parties. That's how he introduces himself. That's what his LinkedIn profile says. That's what his parents tell their friends with pride. My son is an accounting manager at a Fortune 500 company. So when Marcus imagines quitting, he's not just imagining leaving a job. He's imagining erasing himself. If he's not an accountant, then what is he? Just Marcus? Just a man? A husband and father with no impressive title? No corporate email signature with 3 lines of credentials? No business cards with embossed logos? Who the hell is that person? This is the terror that strikes at 3 a.m. This is the withdrawal symptom that has nothing to do with money and everything to do with meaning, with identity, with the story you tell yourself about yourself. Marcus realizes, sitting in the dark glow of his laptop, that he spent 12 years building a professional identity so solid, so crystallized, that he doesn't know who he is without it. He closes the laptop. Not tonight. Maybe next month.
But let's say Marcus finds the courage. Let's say he types the letter. Let's say he imagines giving his 2 weeks' notice. Let's walk through what happens next in his nervous system, because this is where the addiction reveals its full power. Withdrawal symptom number 1, economic terror. The moment Marcus seriously considers leaving, his brain floods with cortisol. The amygdala, the ancient fear center, lights up like a nuclear reactor. It starts generating scenarios, catastrophic scenarios. What if the business fails? What if you can't find clients? What if you run out of savings in 3 months? What if you lose the house? What if you have to pull your daughter out of her school? What if your wife leaves you because you're a failure? What if you end up bankrupt, homeless, a cautionary tale that other employees whisper about in break rooms? Remember Marcus? Yeah, he thought he could make it on his own. Last I heard, he was driving for Uber. This isn't rational calculation. This is the primal brain screaming at you that you're about to walk away from the tribe, from safety, from the known quantity. For 99% of human history, exile from the tribe meant death. Your DNA remembers this. Your biology is hardwired to prevent you from voluntarily leaving security. The salary isn't just money, it's membership, it's belonging. It's proof that you're inside the gates, not outside them. And your brain will torture you with every possible nightmare scenario to keep you from crossing that threshold. Withdrawal symptom number 2, social judgment. Marcus imagines telling his parents. His father worked for the same company for 37 years, retired with a pension and a gold watch. That's what success looks like in his father's world. Loyalty, stability, endurance. How does Marcus explain to a man who equates employment with dignity that he's walking away from a 6-figure salary to start something? How does he articulate that he's choosing uncertainty over certainty, risk over safety? He imagines the look, the disappointment, the unspoken accusation. I sacrificed everything to give you stability, and you're throwing it away. Then he imagines his in-laws, his colleagues, his friends who will smile and say, "That's great, man," while secretly thinking he's having a midlife crisis or he's going to regret this. Humans are social primates. We don't just fear physical death, we fear social death, exclusion, judgment, the loss of status, and quitting a prestigious job voluntarily in a culture that worships employment. That's social suicide. The salary isn't just income, it's social proof. It's evidence that you're a functioning, productive, acceptable member of society. Walk away from it and you're suspect, you're reckless, you're irresponsible, you're a cautionary tale. Withdrawal symptom number 3, the unknown. Marcus knows exactly what happens if he stays. He can predict his life with near certainty.
Annual reviews, small raises, maybe one more promotion in 5 years. Retirement at 65, Social Security, some travel, then death. It's not exciting, but it's known. But if he leaves, if he builds something, the outcomes are infinite, which means the possibilities include both spectacular success and catastrophic failure. And the human brain, shaped by millennia of survival pressures, is wired to avoid uncertainty. Certainty, even certainty of mediocrity, feels safer than uncertainty with potential. This is why people stay in dead relationships, dead jobs, dead lives. Not because they're good, but because they're predictable. The salary is the devil you know, and the devil you know feels safer than the angel you don't.
This is the fortress, the prison, the trap. Fear of losing your identity, fear of economic collapse, fear of social rejection, fear of the unknown. These aren't small obstacles. These are the psychological bars that keep billions of people caged. So how do you escape? Let me introduce you to a man who decoded this prison and built a blueprint for breaking out. In 2007, Tim Ferriss published a book that the establishment called dangerous, that HR departments warned against, that conservative financial advisors dismissed as irresponsible fantasy: the 4-hour workweek. But here's what they missed. Ferriss wasn't writing a book about working less. He was writing an indictment of the entire deferred life plan, the entire social contract that says, suffer now, live later. Ferriss draws a distinction that should be taught in every high school, but never is. He identifies 2 species of humans, deferrers and the new rich. Listen to this. The new rich, NR, are those who abandon the deferred life plan and create luxury lifestyles in the present using the currency of the new rich, time and mobility. Read that again. Abandon the deferred life plan. What is the deferred life plan? It's the script Marcus is following. It's the script you're following. Work from 22 to 65. Sacrifice your youth, your energy, your health, your time. Save a percentage of your salary. Put it in a 401k. Hope the market doesn't crash. Hope you don't get sick. Hope you don't die at 63, 2 years before you were allowed to enjoy your life. And then, if you're lucky, if you survive, if your body still functions and your mind is still sharp, then you get to travel. Then you get to spend time with family. Then you get to pursue hobbies. This is the plan. This is what society calls responsible. Ferriss calls it insane. He writes, the question you should be asking isn't, what do I want or what are my goals, but what would excite me? The deferrers, Marcus and his colleagues, are optimizing for retirement. They're choosing jobs based on 401k matching percentages. They're staying in positions they hate because of pension vesting schedules. They're stockpiling money in accounts they can't touch for 40 years while their bodies deteriorate and their children grow up and their lives happen without them being present. They're saving their lives for later. But here's the mathematical reality that Ferriss forces you to confront. Later might not come. You might get cancer at 57. You might have a stroke at 62. You might retire at 65 and die at 67. You might finally have the time and money to travel, but your knees are shot and you need a walker. And even if you survive with your health intact, even if you make it to retirement, you spent the best years of your life, your peak energy, your physical prime, sitting in a cubicle making someone else rich. The new rich reject this premise entirely. They ask a different question. How can I design a life now that includes the experiences, the freedom, the mobility that deferrers are saving for retirement? And the answer isn't make more money. The answer is automate your income. But here's what's critical to understand. Not all side hustles lead to freedom. Most lead to exhaustion.
If Marcus starts driving Uber on weekends to make extra money, he's not building an asset. He's burning his remaining free time for active income. He'll be more trapped, not less. If Marcus starts freelance accounting on nights and weekends, same problem. More hours sold, no leverage, no escape. But if Marcus builds an AI-automated financial planning tool that provides tax optimization advice 24/7 to small businesses for $99 a month, now he's building an asset. He builds it once, it runs forever. Every new customer is recurring revenue that doesn't require more of his time. 10 customers, $990 a month. 50 customers, $4,950 a month. 100 customers, $9,900 a month. At 100 customers, Marcus is earning more from his automated system than from his job. And those 100 customers don't require 100 hours of his time per month. They require maybe 5 hours of maintenance and customer service. That's leverage. That's methadone replacing the drug. That's the beginning of freedom. Marcus closes the laptop again, but this time it's not defeat. This time he opens a different document, Project Exit Automated Income Plan. He doesn't write the resignation letter, not yet, not tonight. Instead, he writes 3 questions. What skill do I have that others need repeatedly? How can I deliver that skill without my active time? What's the smallest viable version I can build in 90 days? These questions are methadone. They're the replacement therapy. They're not the full cure, but they're the beginning. Because you can't quit the salary drug through willpower alone. The withdrawal symptoms will destroy you. The fear will paralyze you. The identity crisis will pull you back. You need a bridge. You need proof that income can exist without your constant labor. You need to see money arrive in your account from work you did last month or last year. You need to experience, even at small scale, what it feels like when money works for you. And once you feel that, once you taste that, the salary loses its power. Not because you're fearless, but because you have an alternative. And an addict with an alternative isn't an addict anymore. They're a person making a choice. Marcus stares at those 3 questions for a long time. Then he starts typing. Not the resignation letter, the escape plan. The salary is still a drug, but now Marcus knows the chemical structure of his addiction. He knows the psychological bars of his cage, and most importantly, he knows the formula for the antidote. The question is no longer, can I escape? The question is, am I willing to build the bridge? Are you? Tonight, Marcus is sitting on a rooftop in Lisbon, Portugal. His laptop is open, but not in desperation. 3 separate income streams generated revenue while he watched the sunset. He didn't trade a single hour for $1 today. To understand his escape, we must look at The Sovereign Individual, a book that predicted the death of the industrial age. In the past, whoever controlled land or machines controlled wealth. The job was a control mechanism designed by governments to track and tax you. But in 2025, we have cognitive capital. Intelligence is mobile, portable, and impossible to imprison. Your territory is no longer a piece of land. It is your digital footprint, your code, and your AI systems. The new land barons own digital empires that compound in value while they sleep. The salary class is facing extinction, while the architects are accumulating wealth at a historic pace. You are either on the side of those who own the systems, or you're being replaced by them.
Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, said a single person armed with AI can soon build a billion-dollar company alone. This is possible because of the distinction between execution and orchestration. Execution is the doing, writing code, drafting emails, analyzing data. AI executes brilliantly, instantly, and for free. Orchestration is the human layer, the vision, the taste, the strategy, and the empathy. The architect doesn't compete with AI. He commands it. Imagine Marcus building a platform. He doesn't write code, he architects the system. He designs AI agents that analyze patterns and generate insights for clients 24/7. He creates a content engine that distributes his ideas across the world using his own voice. One person, infinite leverage. A one-person civilization. 6 months after that blank resignation letter, Marcus did not quit dramatically. He used the methadone strategy. He spent 90 days building an AI-powered tool for small businesses. It wasn't perfect, but it was proof. Today, he doesn't call himself an accountant. He is an architect of intelligence. He is no longer a human resource. He is the machine builder. The goal was never just money. The goal was time. The goal was presence. He is present for his daughter's Tuesday afternoons now. He is the author of his own existence. You are not your job title or your performance review. You are a sovereign individual. The window is open, but it is closing. What are you going to build with the intelligence you carry? Tonight, open a new document, not a resignation letter, an architecture plan. Choose deliberately, build relentlessly, become sovereign. Welcome to Wealth and AI Empires. Now go build your empire.